Hello, everybody. How is your Martin Luther King holiday going? Hopefully, all is well. So, today we are going to get started with with the case of Melody Megginson. There's so much more to this story that I feel like we need to start with and then bring it to time now. Today she was supposed to be doing an interview on here with you guys, and you guys get to hear the entire story. I'm unsure of the exact reason why, but if she's not comfortable with speaking yet, I understand. So we're going to reschedule that for another day. And we're going to go back to where this all started from, because she should have never met the boy that she had a child with and tried to end her life. So let's see. Let's get started. Let me get everything together. Hello, Jeanette. How are you? So yeah, we're supposed to go on 3 today. And originally it was scheduled for tomorrow at 4. So we're just going to have to go with it. But before all of that, we need to really find out what made this man snap. So I'm going to share my screen with you guys. Hello, Veronica. How are you? I'm going to share my screen with you guys and let you guys see why his name is John should have never even came in contact with Melanie. Let's see, Chrome. I need the first video, which would be this one. Okay, so this is not a video, my bad. It is some reading. Hey, Buddha, how are you? So let me share this with you guys. All these buttons, I know. So this is where it originates from. I don't know if he had other charges. I'm still looking into John. But John was out on bond. I said bail. He was out on bond for capital murder. Let me say hi to everybody, because I'm like, my mind is just racing right now, because this should never have happened to her. And I feel like she should have, in all honesty, a lawsuit ready, because she should have never met him. Like I said, she should have never had to ask for directions, or he asked her for directions. That part, I don't know who was asking who. That's why I want her to speak on certain things. But Veronica, Buddha, hi, James. Always nice to see you. Christina. Yes. Jeanette says, I'm good. I'm in the bushes because I'm not on my computer. That's cool. You guys can just chill and moderate. No, I'm in there. Okay. You probably were at the other. Oh my gosh, this is the interview I was waiting for. Yes, no. So we're going to reschedule her interview, because I don't know if she just needs a little moment or whatever the case may be. But that's great, because last night I was digging into more information on her ex-boyfriend, John, that committed this horrible crime. He was out on bond, like I said, for capital murder. And I was looking not only at this case, but there are several cases where they allow murderers, suspected murderers, capital murder, out on bond. I feel like that should not happen, because then they have this careless mentality to where, who cares if I kill another person, because I'm already doing life now. And I feel like that's why he really didn't care to spare her life. So, yes, right here, it starts off with what I think initiated him getting a capital murder charge. So, man 21 dead from a shot to the head. Evidence of drug activity found at the scene. Okay. So, the person that was found dead is a young man named Calvin. And let me just pop this up really quickly so you can see. So, Calvin is on our left side. And then we have Calvin's mother. She's a very educated woman, hardworking woman. We'll get to her as well in here. And then on the right side, we have John, the infamous John. So this says, Kevin Arthur Foster, 21, was shot to death in East Birmingham on August 9th, 2016. So this goes back to all the way to 2016. Okay. Multiple friends and family showed up at the scene after a video of the deadly shooting was posted on social media. Guys, we got to do better, okay? Posting crimes without, the family even having knowledge of these things happening can cause a lot of damage and trauma to the family members. A man shot to death at Eastern Birmingham apartment complex tonight. Like I said, this was back in 2016. Tonight has now been identified. Birmingham police just before 10 p.m. identified the victim as 21-year-old Calvin Foster. Investigators say there was evidence at the scene that indicated the shooting happened during possible drug activity. The shooting happened about 5 p.m. on the 600 block of Airline Circle at the Oaks at Springville complex. Birmingham police spokesman Lieutenant Sean Edwards said an East Precinct officer was on parole when he saw Foster lying on his stomach, bleeding from the back of his head. Okay, so this is the young man, Calvin. It appeared the victim had suffered a gunshot wound, Edwards said, and Birmingham Fire and Rescue pronounced him dead at the scene. It was unclear at the time what led up to the shooting, Edwards said, but there is evidence that indicates possible illegal drug activity. Friends and family of Foster gathered at the emotional crime scene, but declined to comment. Police confirmed that the victim's family found out about the slaying after someone posted the video of the shooting on social media. Several witnesses were taken to police headquarters for questioning. No arrests have been announced at that time. Okay. So court records show Foster was arrested last month on a first-degree robbery charge. Okay. Now listen to this. That charge stemmed from the theft of a .45 caliber Glock. Okay, y'all. Listen up. From another man. Now, who do you guys think this other man could be? Let's continue. The records say Foster was armed with a pistol when he stole that pistol. He was supposed to be in court Thursday for a hearing on his application for youthful offenders. So he was already involved in crime. Okay, that does not make anything that happened to him justifiable. Just last week, on August 2nd, Foster was arrested on a charge of carrying a pistol without a license. Jefferson County Sheriff's deputies and paramedics responded to the car crash in Center Point. Okay. When they arrived on scene, they found Foster sitting outside of an overturned vehicle, according to the disposition in that case. At the time they found Foster, in possession of a gun that had been reported stolen out of Birmingham in December of 2015. In another case, he was charged with receiving stolen property. Foster is Birmingham's 59th homicide this year. Of those, at least 6 have been ruled justifiable and therefore aren't deemed criminal. Two others were officer-involved shootings from outside law enforcement agencies, the Shelby County Sheriff's Office, and the Irondale Police Department. The 58th homicide was discovered Sunday when the charred remains of a woman were found in an abandoned apartment. Authorities still have not confirmed her identity. Now, this article, like I said, is from 2016. So I'm still looking into that as well to see if I can find out who this woman was and if it is involved in anything else to do with this chain of disaster. So, also Sunday, a man and a woman were found dead in a West Birmingham home. Police said it appears the male died from a self-inflicted gunshot wound, but an autopsy on the woman did not turn up a cause of death. More tests are being conducted. Her death remains unclassified. Anyone with information on these slayings or any other Birmingham homicides is asked to call the Birmingham Police at 205-254-1764 or Crime Stoppers at 254-7777. Okay, guys, I'm going to come over there to you guys while I stop sharing this screen. Okay. So, I'm led to believe, what do you guys think? I'm led to believe that the .45 caliber bullet could possibly be from that weapon. Maybe, they're saying drug activities were involved. And this is just my personal opinion. This is not set in stone or anything like that. But I believe possibly back then, Calvin Foster, may have robbed John. Now, I don't know yet, okay? For his gun, which was a .45 caliber. A .45 caliber bullet is still in Megan's brain. Cannot be removed because it will cause more damage than anything. So I'm led to believe that possibly Calvin's death is a result of John retaliating and retrieving his weapon back. I don't know, okay? And when they found out that John was involved in this and he went to court for this capital murder of Calvin, he posted bond and they let him out. I believe that he thought, I'm already in trouble for one murder, and how she says he was so controlling and not, allowing her to do certain things. He still hadn't put his hands on her, but he knew time was getting close. She was trying to find a way to separate herself from him, and he knew he was going to end up serving a lot of time and did what he did to her. So I'm going to show you what else I've looked at and why I'm drawing this conclusion. We can have more answers to this later on, but I'm just going to show you everything I found. So let me go to the comments really quickly. Buddha said, how the heck? Is Veronica in the building? Hey boy, what's good? What's good? Yes. So if you guys are on Naomi China D ×2, that's fine. Thank you for supporting me. If you do want to be in the chat where I can respond, you would need to come over to my main page, just Naomi China D. Also, if you would like to come on panel after I explain all of this stuff, you would have to come over to the main channel. Hey, News, how are you doing? Yes, News, there's a lot more to this story that we're looking into. So, yes, thanks for joining us. So right now I'm going to show you, and I'm going to share it a different way. So I won't be able to see what you guys are saying for a second, but feel free to keep commenting. I will get to your comments. Y'all, I'm starting to get very, very irritated because there's no reason why in so many cases that I'm looking up that a person is out on bond from a murder and are allowed to be on the streets. At that point, they have no care, and things like this happen. So when I looked into Calvin Foster a little bit more, I found this. Lost to gun violence on August 9th, 2016 in Birmingham, Alabama. So here's some sources, okay? When I go click on the sources, let me show you what pops up. So one of the things that pops up is this incident report. And also, did it come down? Let me see. I think I exited it, but there was another case that I'm going to bring up. Let me do that first. So this is tied in with the case, and I think very early in the investigation, they thought these two crimes were together, and that's why it is on this incident report. Because I don't believe this shooting was in connection at this point. I don't believe that that's so. I think that they were just trying to put pieces together, being that it happened on the same day. So this is what it says. Jefferson County deputies were investigating two scenes related to one shooting in the north part of the county. Let me make sure you guys can see it. Okay, you guys should be able to see it. So deputies say a man reported he had been shot while visiting a home on the 19th block of Colonial Cove. The victim then drove to a gas station in the 2100 block of Old Springville Road for help. Paramedics transferred him to the hospital with life-threatening injuries. Sheesh. Deputies are questioning the homeowner. Please check back for story updates. So I believe that accidentally ended up on, where'd it go? Where did Calvin's thing go? Did it click up? No, where did it go? Oh, I know what happened. Sorry, y'all. Because I pressed the link, so it went back. So that's how I believe that came up on this news source. I don't believe that it's anything to do with his case. So now when I click on the gun violence archive, this pops up. So this tells you a little bit more about his homicide. Again, August 9th, 2016. It tells you where it happened at 600 block of Airline Circle. We went over that. The victim is Calvin Foster, 21, above the age of 18. Male killed. The subject, John Neely, 35 years old. Now he's a full over a decade older than Calvin. Okay. So this gives you the information on him, the incident characteristics, shot, dead, murder, accidental, suicide. They figured out that it was a murder, and guns involved was the one gun that they found. So yeah, that's just this Jefferson County one, I believe, is just, was associated back then. So now when I go to this is where Calvin was shot. And what bothers me about this is this incident happened, and it seems like no one called the police right away. He was just left there, like they said, face down on his stomach with the gunshot wound to the head. Kids were out there looking at his body. People were out there filming. No one decided to cover him up. No one decided to do anything of that sort. Instead, they chose to record the incident and post it on social media for his mother to find out her child had been murdered. Okay, and we're gonna go look at mom. We're gonna look at mom in a second. Let me check in with you guys. Right. He should have never been out on bond. Never. And after I'm finished with this, or sometime this week, I'm going to also post other cases of murder where the suspect is out on bond for a murder. It just makes no sense to me. Hey, Miranda, how are you? Yes, guys, please hit that like button. It needs to get in the algorithm so we can start making changes to these laws. It makes no sense that they're able to commit more crimes when they already have the highest crime on their record. So let's go back. So this one says, Birmingham police are investigating a shooting in the 600 block of Airline Circle on Oaks at Springville Apartments. So I don't know if Springville Street and then Springville Apartments got connected and that's how they connect them. But I'm trying to figure out why that other case has any significance to this. Foster's mother found out he was killed through social media when a witness posted information about the incident on Facebook. Several individuals have been taken into custody for questioning, according to authorities. There are no suspects at this time. So then this is when they find out who it is. So I'm going to play this for you. It's really, really short, and we'll look at some of the pictures, and we'll go from there. I'm going to open up the panel.
I'm dramatically holding this bottle, so light.
Let's get this out of the way. All right, you guys know how this goes with the commercials. Oh, I pressed the wrong button. What did I do?
Now, Birmingham police are working a shooting investigation at Oak Apartments at Springville. That's off of Airline Circle in Birmingham, of course.
We are watching these live pictures with you. A crowd of people gathering as investigators work this scene. And right now we're working to learn more from police. Look for updates on the ABC 3340 app and tonight on ABC 3340 News.
So that's the only coverage really I can find on this case. And to me, that kind of sucks. Because don't keep these incidents a secret. Why? Why keep it a secret? Right? Why keep the fact that our justice system keeps dropping the ball? We're hiding it. There should be a law in place that if you have anything close to murder, an attempted murder, a murder, capital murder, you should not be able to get bond, especially when there's so much evidence in these crimes. Okay? So I knew it was going to take me all around the block, so I just exited out of that so that I can show you guys what matters, okay? So here are some photos that were taken. And I'm going to share the entire screen so I don't have to keep coming back and forth. All right. So what happened? Okay. Boom. So these are some photos from the crime scene. As you can see, we got the ambulance over here. He was already pronounced dead by the paramedics and things like that. So everybody gathering around, family members. I mean, we got to really stop these things from happening. Authorities say 21-year-old Calvin Foster died around 5 p.m. after being shot in the head at Oaks at Springville Apartments on Airline Circle in Birmingham, okay, on Tuesday. So I do want to show you guys this right here, this wonderful woman right here. I cannot pronounce her name, so I'm going to call her Miss Finney. And I contacted her as well so that if she would like, she can come on the platform and speak, because I really feel like there should be something in place for crimes like this, and for her not to have to be a mother that finds out that her child was murdered from social media. So this is Calvin's mom, okay? Miss Finney. So she, I was looking into her as well when I was trying to find her. I'm not trying to like dox her or anything like that. There's more information out there, but I mean, it's public, but she is, she says on here, she has 16 years experience in public transportation, operations, planning and development, 16 years of office related experience. Okay. A competent and knowledgeable person that demonstrates problem-solving abilities that show expertise in anticipating and responding to the needs of others, great leadership skills, and effective in working with other departments to resolve problems. So that's just a little bit about his mom. And here's her again speaking out about having to find out, excuse me, guys. Finding out that her child was deceased on Facebook. Okay. This is another picture of Calvin. Okay, so it was a heartbreaking scene Tuesday night as a mother arrived at an apartment complex finding her son shot to death. Even more heartbreaking is that Miss Finley learned about her Calvin. No, they need to fix that. Her Calvin Foster's death because someone posted it on Facebook. Finney is now making funeral arrangements. Can't get over how someone would post a murder victim's body on social media. Finney says what breaks her heart is not only that her son's lifeless body was on the ground in broad daylight, but that there are kids watching. And she says no one even tried to help her son. My son was dead on the ground, said Finney. Nobody reached out to say, hey, you okay? Let's cover him up. Nobody. The disturbing video posted on Facebook Tuesday shows Foster dead on the ground at Oaks at Springville Apartments on Airline Circle in Birmingham. Kids 3 and 4 years old are looking at a body pointing, said Finney. Finney says a relative saw the video and called her. Just to even hear about her son's death being posted on social media, said Finley. Would you want someone to record you dead? We have to think about life in a whole different light. Finley cries while looking at a picture collage of Foster. His childhood pictures bring sweet memories, but then the reality sets in again. Just missing him, said Finley, knowing he won't walk through the door putting together funeral arrangements for a child who was supposed to be burying you. Picking out colors, caskets, it's overwhelming. That's hard, y'all. She says her son was funny, giving, and loved his family. He had his faults, but was trying to do better. Last week, he had gotten salvation with the Lord there at Tabernacle of Praise, said Finney. When he came home, he told me, Mom, I reconnected with God. And she's calm down. And she's leaving this situation in the Lord's hands. And that's her message to Foster's killer. You'll be caught, said Finney. Eventually, your soul will be caught. Finney believed Foster knew his killer, and she thinks someone tried to rob him. Investigators are still questioning witnesses in this case. So, y'all, that is a mother's cry out for better law practices, better ways that people handle situations like this in our communities, that it's not just clicked on, not just posted so that they can see how many clicks and views they can get. This is a person's life that was lost. Not just a TV show or, yikes, y'all. I'm going to open up the panel, and I'm also going to show you guys Calvin's obituary. Y'all, this is just sad. Let me put the, my throat is killing me. Copy, paste. So you guys can hop on panel. If you guys want, I just put the link in the chat. Go ahead, feel free to hop up here. My next live is going to be just about John, and we'll look more into his background, and then we're going to go full on into Melanie and why the things she's going through with CPS is ridiculous. In all honesty, they owe her to me. Instead of having her fight for her children, it makes no sense. The victim is being victimized even more. It makes no sense, and we need to start coming down on the system. This is just all bad. So go ahead and come up and speak about what you guys think. They're letting people out with bonds for murder. Let's see. I'm waiting. Oh, that's not our conversation, boy. Let's see. Here's the link in the chat. I'm going to bring back up Kevin's obituary. So here's his obituary right here. His digital obituary, I should say. So he was born in 2005. Sunrise, sunset, 2016. We are losing our young men so early, y'all. So early to gun violence. So his obituary says February 25th, February 25th, 1995 to August 9th, 2016, 21 years old, of Birmingham, entered into eternal rest. Visitation will be held from 4 to 7 p.m. on Friday, which is then in August. His funeral is going to be at Miss Baptist Church. Service celebration of his life was held at 12 noon on Saturday, August 20th. I'm just going through this because this is all from back then. You guys can always stop the video and look into things more if you guys want into depth. His burial was at Zion Memorial Gardens. Contact, and yeah, so this is just a small version of his obituary. I'm unsure if he had a paper copy. So if no one wants to speak on this, we can go ahead and wrap this up. Like I said, I'm trying to keep these lives shortened, straight to the point, give everyone a chance to speak if they have anything to say. But I'm still looking into a lot of information about this and why Melanie should have never, like I said, came in contact with John. If the system had been protecting us in the community as they should have been, she would not be in the position she's in now. And so I will still be reaching out to her when she's ready to speak, and we will go from there. So stay tuned, and I'll bring you guys as much information as I can. Christina says, so young, shame, dang. Yes, guys. So I'm going to wrap it up. If I can contact with her tonight, we'll go ahead and plan that out. So love you guys. See you guys later. Bye.